1983 Cadillac radio systems include an electronically tuned AM/FM stereo radio with digital display, plus signal seek and scan capabilities as standard equipment on all Cadillacs. Standard antennas include the one-piece whip type on Cimarron. The power antenna available on Cimarron is the isomount design, similar to the standard antenna on other Cadillacs. Improved antenna grounding at the fender reduces undesirable electrical noise on all Cadillacs in 1983. Improved front speakers on all Cadillacs have a new soft suspension cloth versus paper speaker edge for improved bass and extended high-frequency response. Cimarron rear speakers are the 82 extended frequency response design. On all other Cadillacs, improved extended frequency range rear speakers are available with the standard radio system and are included with all optionally available radio systems except the Delco Bose system, which includes its own unique speakers. These new speakers are rated 4 ohm versus 10 ohm in 82 for increased power handling capacity, providing higher sound pressure levels without distortion. Eldorado Seville radio control panel graphics are of a new design. Standard features such as push-button selection of 4 frequencies in AM and FM, treble bass controls, stereo balance control, and front-to-rear fader controls combine with the features included in such available radios as the Cimarron Symphony sound system, designed to appeal to audio enthusiasts, which replaces the separate treble bass controls with a 5-band graphic equalizer that controls over 2 octaves of frequency range in each band. Audio-aware prospects will appreciate the loudness control, which boosts the bass to compensate for decreased ear sensitivity. DNR reduces hiss on AM and FM as well as on all cassette tape playback, without the limitations of a Dolby-type encode-decode process. Cimarron prospects who recognize quality audio systems will appreciate such system features as equalization settings for proper tape playback, an automatic reverse player with lighted tape direction indicators, and locking fast-forward and reverse buttons. On the other hand, these features may not interest other Cadillac buyers who want no more than the standard radio. The Symphony sound system available for other Cadillacs has the tape equalization switch deleted, but full-time loudness control added. Full-time sound equalization is also added, which automatically equalizes or adjusts audio output electronically in a preset manner appropriate for the car's interior volume and dimensioning. Remembering such details as the tri-band antenna that is included with the available 40-channel CB can be assisted by making lists of all features benefits for each radio system. One of the most impressive radio offerings ever made by Cadillac is the new Delco Bose premium sound system, available only on Eldorado and Seville. The customized sound system takes into account such features as the shape and location of windows, upholstery, carpeting, and position of all passengers. This adjustment compensates for weak signal strength. The full-time loudness control and DNR operate as on Symphony sound systems with these features. Reduction-only treble bass controls provide compensation for recordings where these frequencies are boosted during the recording process. Dolby noise reduction functions only with Dolby encoded tapes. There is a tape equalization switch. All 4 speakers use specially designed rigid protruding housings with a foam gasket, which enable each speaker to provide a 180 cubic inch bass enclosure for more powerful bass note reproduction and to be aimed so as to achieve optimal sound distribution. All enclosures contain specially designed 25-watt amplifiers that accommodate the individual acoustic characteristics of the car's upholstery, carpeting, and window locations. Prospects who enjoy sound clarity at high volumes will enjoy cranking this system up, which will demonstrate the unique listening pleasure provided by this sound distribution design and its capability of producing high sound pressure levels while maintaining its realistic, more natural concert hall sound quality. These different listening points will also demonstrate the left-right balance provided for all passengers simultaneously. The front-to-rear fader controls only frequencies above 200 hertz, keeping non-directional bass responses in the front at all times. Technical details of the advanced designs, features, and operations of the 1983 Cadillac radio systems create a story of sophisticated electronics deserving close examination. Prepare for those prospects who are audio aware and who do want to know what these new systems offer. Astro roofs offer the same features and availability as in '82. Available on all series except Limousine, but with a newly designed unit. Available on Cimarron, offering design features that appeal to the quality import-oriented prospect who may be younger and better educated than other Cadillac prospects. With Astro roof, Cimarron's deluxe dome and dual-spot reading lamps are moved slightly rearward, and passenger assist straps are unavailable. However, with such appeals as the pop-up front air deflector and the tilt-open rear operation, a not-so-obvious prospect for this feature is the usually older buyer of a second or third car from a more traditional multi-car household, who has probably bought Cadillacs before. Such a prospect selecting an automobile under the influence of his children, who may represent the younger, educated, import-oriented type of prospect, uniquely illustrates the market gap that Cimarron is designed to jump. The Astro roof, available on all Cadillacs except Limousine, slightly reduces headroom when installed. The optional Astro roof is made available to satisfy a wide variety of prospects having similar tastes, for whom prestige, styling, pleasure, and convenience of operation may be of paramount concern. In all Cadillacs, the Astro roof installation requires certain interior changes, none of which affect the installation of the integral garage door opener. The available Cadillac Astro roof provides the personalized distinction, driving pleasure, and other features desired by many Cadillac owners, and continues to provide additional sales opportunities. The full cabriolet roof available on base Eldorados and Sevilles has proven a popular appearance option with a distinctive convertible look, which adds dramatic styling impact to Eldorado and an absolutely dramatically changed look to Seville. Expanding positive buyer response to this option is the high quality of the materials and processes used in its manufacture. The diamond gray nylon material is of a quality not found in many functional convertible roofs. Quality features revealed by hands-on inspection include the heavy stitched construction throughout, chrome moldings, and the stylish rear window, which is executed carefully to ensure precise fits and high-quality finishes. If the visual impact of this roof treatment and and the many examples of Cadillac quality are to be appreciated, being close to the car is essential. When equipped with a full cabriolet roof, the quarter panel accent stripes are lowered on Eldorado, and the rear window reveal molding is deleted on Seville. If a full cabriolet roof demonstrator is not in stock, photographs of this distinctive option and a good sales presentation can still, as always, bring this appealing item to life and helpfully close the deal. The Eldorado Touring Coupe has solid appeals that prospects can appreciate immediately without knowing about the many very important hidden features. The Touring Coupe is based on such standard Eldorado feature benefits as front-wheel drive, four-wheel disc brakes, four-wheel independent suspension, smooth operating performance of the HT4100 power system with new calibrations and revised operation of the TCC helping to deliver more torque to the drive wheels. (1983) grille identification and front-end designs have been added to the Touring Coupe's specific paint and molding treatments. Cloisonné enamel hood ornament and sail panel emblems, black windshield molding and windshield wipers, and wide ribbed anti-stone rocker panel molding. 1983 exterior colors are sable black and Sonora saddle fire mist with coordinated two-color accent stripes. The standard aluminum wheels have a new car color paint treatment and new provisions for attaching wheel balancing weights on the outboard rim flange. Standard tires are P225 70R15 steel-belted black wall radials. Available are raised white letter steel-belted radial tires. Interior details include leather seating areas, leather-wrapped steering wheel rim, and features like side window defoggers, electronic climate control, and fuel data panel. The body-contoured front bucket seats include lumbar and lateral support with adjustable contoured headrests, six-way power driver seat adjuster, and manual recliners. The front center console features two stowage compartments with latching covers and a spring-loaded coin holder. While driving this built-to-be-driven automobile, many standard and available features can be appreciated. Any driving route should be carefully planned to include familiar driving conditions as well as some hills and twisting roads to bring out the best in Touring Coupe. Not so easily brought to view during a sales presentation, but valuable when selling a dedicated performance or import-oriented prospect, is technical information on designs, components, and vehicle specifications. With the Touring suspension package, for example, Seville's standard variable ratio power steering is replaced by a more responsive straight 14:1 steering gear ratio, the ratio standard on all Eldorados. Stiffer front torsion bar and rear spring rates for ride control and added road feel. Increased shock absorber valving for a firm ride. Large diameter stabilizer bars, 32mm in front and 26mm in the rear. Large P225 70R15 steel-belted radial tires, match-mounted with wheels to help assure rolling smoothness. Aluminum alloy wheels for reduced unsprung weight, standard on Touring Coupe, available on Eldorado and Seville. Detailed product information is also required to adequately describe electronic level control, which continues to be standard on Eldorado, Seville, and Fleetwood limousines, and available on DeVille's and Fleetwood Bromes. Automatic leveling components include pneumatically adjustable rear shock absorbers, to which compressed air can be added and from which air can be released, as commanded by the electronic height sensor. adding air to raise the car, for which the ignition must be on to run the air compressor and charge the compressed air reservoir, or releasing air to lower it with the ignition off or on. System operation is electronic and completely automatic, providing vehicle leveling for a consistently poised and level attitude under varying load conditions. Electronic level control is only one of many electronic or electrically powered available features, such as electronic cruise control, guidematic headlamp control, remote locking fuel filler door, and garage door opener. Cadillac engine diagnostic systems for 1983 provide sophisticated engine system control, monitoring, and diagnostic record-keeping services. The new standard Cimarron engine for 1983 is the 2-liter electronic fuel injection engine, which features onboard diagnostics similar to last year's, although fewer malfunction codes are required. The diagnostic system features of the HT4100 DFI power system have been revised only slightly for 1983, including such items as malfunction codes, which are primarily of interest to service technicians. Even though diagnostic system components and their operation remain unchanged, the system continues to offer state-of-the-art in reliability, diagnostic accuracy, and efficiency of service. The consumer presentation of the system reviews the major functions it performs, which, although the same as in 1982, may not be known to or understood by many 83 Cadillac prospects. Especially important are such functions as providing value substitutions to enable continued vehicle operation, and backup operation, allowing continued driving even if the ECM fails. The library of tests, data readouts, and actuator cycling sequences is impressive. They contribute to such owner service benefits as speed, efficiency, reliability, and accuracy. An impressive new feature for 1983, dual service telltale lights, with one indicating service now, the other indicating service soon, provides an indication of the relative severity of a malfunction. Valuable information for a Cadillac driver owner. Let us assume that the Service Now telltale came on and the car was taken in for service. Knowing that fail-soft value substitutions might be responsible for keeping the vehicle in operation up to this point, we may find more than one malfunction code in storage when we begin the diagnostic sequence. Each malfunction code is displayed for about 2 seconds to allow the service technician to note each code. After displaying the malfunction codes, the system can be commanded to branch into what specific diagnostic sequences. The quality assurance and reliability contributions made by diagnostics relate directly to the ALDL. This concludes our presentation on 1983 diagnostics. Take time now to review your responses, clarify your understanding of the system, and discuss ways of presenting and selling these feature benefits. This is a quiz on the fuel data panel. The disc will stop after each question to provide time for writing answers. When ready for the next question, press the number 1 on the disc player touchpad. There are a total of 10 questions. Let's begin. 1. What was the name of the fuel data system that preceded the fuel data panel, and with what engine was it standard? 2. The fuel data panel was first introduced in what model year, and with what new fuel data readout? 3. What action initiates a new fuel data memory calculation cycle? 4. How are average fuel economy and fuel used readouts calculated? 5. True or false? The fuel data panel makes it possible to calculate the fuel economy of individual driving habits. 6. The instantaneous fuel economy readout is updated how many times a minute? 7. True or false? The average fuel economy readout automatically begins a new cycle every 100 miles. 8. How is fuel range calculated? 9. True or false? Fuel used displays the amount of fuel consumed since last system reset. 10. True or false? This system enables the calculation of vehicle fuel consumption over a specific time period. That concludes the quiz. Take time now to check your answers. The Cadillac engine lineup provides many ongoing benefits in 1983. For instance, since its introduction in 1982, a number of improvements have been made in performance, operating smoothness, and noise levels in the HT4100 DFI power system, standard on all Cadillacs except Cimarron, Fleetwood limousines, and commercial chassis. Improved cold starting and driving performance, noise reduction and operating smoothness with a new 2-liter electronic fuel injection engine, standard on Cimarron, and many important features with a 5.7-liter V8 fuel-injected diesel engine, available on all Cadillacs except Cimarron, Fleetwood limousines, and commercial chassis. We're all aware of the many demands placed on today's engine designs. Cadillac responds again in 1983 with a variety of engines that provide the required fuel economy and the necessary emissions control systems with as little compromise as possible. There are impressive startup, drive-away, and cruising speed performance levels. Reliability of operation is enhanced in many areas. Although including many improvements in 1983, the HT4100 DFI engine retains the fundamental design features introduced in 1982, and you should be familiar with them. The following quiz questions are designed to check your 82 engine knowledge. Lightweight alloy is used for what specific engine castings? Cast iron is used for what specific high-stress areas? What is the name given the combustion chamber design, and what are its benefits? What is the engine's compression ratio? What is unique about the cylinder liner and piston ring designs? What engine bearing design is used, and what are its benefits? What friction-reducing designs does this engine include? What types of machines are used in this manufacturing process, and what are their benefits? What does in-process gauging achieve? The bolts of what two components are tightened automatically? What functions are monitored by the engine hot test? Of what benefit is the hot test to Cadillac buyers? What are some of the tests performed by the ALDL, and what are their benefits? What does the full roll test check for? The ECM includes 2 corporate boards and 1 Cadillac specific board in 1983. What major types of operations does the ECM perform? What enables precise fuel delivery? What is the design of the intake manifold called, and what benefits does it deliver? What is adaptive learning, and how does it operate? For what does adaptive learning compensate? What are the benefits of adaptive learning for Cadillac customers? The diesel engine is available on what Cadillacs? What transmission is standard with a 5.7-liter diesel engine? What is the compression ratio of the diesel engine? The diesel engine hydraulic valve lifters feature what design, and what are the benefits? How and when does the fuel line heater operate, and what are its benefits? How much water is required in the fuel tank to activate the water in fuel indicator? The new 2-liter electronic fuel injection engine provides positive delivery of fuel and spark advance with low tolerances to match engine characteristics, to provide impressive drivability, and to provide built-in fuel, spark, and idle speed compensation for different operating conditions. In 1983, there is approximately 14% more acceleration in the first second with the standard 5-speed manual transmission. A mechanical vacuum pump is both quieter and lighter than its 1982 counterpart. A 3-speed automatic transmission with increased torque converter ratio for improved performance is available. For improved quietness, a new silent design timing chain is used to reduce machinery noise. Performance is improved with 10 more foot-pounds of torque reaching the drive wheels. Chassis improvements include a new type of transmission mount bushing that reduces idle shake. Tripod drive axles, which do not as readily transmit engine vibrations to the suspension and body, and a new lateral engine motion control strut that improves drive-away smoothness. There are many specific engineering changes and design improvements that add up to the reliability, drivability, and performance of the 1983 engine lineup, especially for the HT4100 DFI engine and the 2-liter fuel injection engine.